We're on Sports Talk Radio. Occasionally we do talk sports here on the Halford Brough show on Sportsnet 650.
Oh, this is the worst radio show in the world.
It is. We've hit a low point.
Is he here to start up a new basketball team in Vancouver? NBA coming to Vancouver?
No, Surrey in the 60.
Oh, yeah, right, the 60,000 person stadium.
Peter in Cloverdale texted in. I haven't heard the update on the big news over the weekend. How did LeBron's meeting with Mayor Doug go? Will the stadium be getting an NBA team?
I heard it was similar to Mayor Doug's interview with Jason Brough.
Yeah, that was, I got to say, first of all, I can't believe he agreed to do the show. Second of all, that interview went, I knew it was going to go off the rails before we booked it, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it.
Of course.
But for it to go the way it went was just amazing. It was, to be fair, Halford and Brough were both great. They conducted a terrific interview with him. It was very insightful and also very
entertaining.
Yes. I guess is the polite way of saying it. But that was an interview for the ages.
Well, and look, I mean, the stadium already has, hockey's going to play there.
Yeah.
Football is going to play there.
Maybe a farm team.
Maybe the Canucks.
No parking lots. That's a choice. 60,000 people taking transit to the stadium.
Why not throw in?
LeBron included.
Why not throw in an NBA team? Throw in an NBA team. Can we get Major League Baseball? How many teams can share this stadium? Let's go. Surrey's going to be the new four-sport stadium. City.
Has there ever in the history of the two sports been a stadium that's housed
stadium? If for some reason you were really dead set on that, like Mayor Doug McCallum of Surrey. and Tim in Richmond texts in, speaking of Brough, he had quite the reaction to Doug McCallum's stadium pipe dream and how not that thought out he felt it was. What do you guys think? Any chance in any way that any of that plan is at all realistic? No, there's absolutely zero chance that anything like that will ever be happening. So there you go. Wilson extension with the Denver Broncos. I want to read this just before we get to what happened. Tim in Richmond says, I caught the live intro for the first time in months. I always meant to ask, but am I hearing Halford say, go off, young pig, midway through? Even on this insane show of randomness, I cannot figure out what context this was originally said. I believe it's go off, young king.
Yes.
Not young pig. That would be very, very confusing. I think young king is, I don't know, a kind of slang that the youth say these days. So it's go off, young king. There you go.
It's in the insert word king derivative, the short king, young king.
That's right.
It's Halford trying to appeal to the youth.
Yes, constantly. Yes, we know. That's a big part of how the show operates, is trying to appeal to the youth of today. So there you go, Tim in Richmond.
Maybe you go to the tournament, not necessarily just to watch the tournament. Then there's a bunch of other stuff going on, a festival, if you will.
Well, and also kind of mixing with fans from Calgary and Edmonton and Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. Right. I know they smell. They're the
hygiene is questionable.
The hygiene is very questionable, especially Winnipeg. Oh my God.
They don't have an airport, to be fair. I mean, there's things that got to get caught up on.
They did have to walk here.
They did have to walk here.
Long walk.
I realize that.
Could this be a place where the Seattle Kraken eventually end up?
Sure.
And because that would be a great
Kick
way.
Winnipeg out.
Yeah. See Winnipeg. It's a long walk. You better get started now.
So smelly. Trevor, the podcast listener, what we learned, apparently I'm a Leafs fan now since my alma mater, SFU, has regrettably decided to go with the name Red Leafs.
I can't even believe this.
For their varsity teams.
I can't even believe this is I thought it was a...
Red Leafs.
I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but I cannot... I thought it was a joke when I saw it yesterday. So Simon Fraser University Athletics, formerly known as the Klansmen, Scottish Clan, CLAN. They realized after years of everyone being like, that's a weird name. Like, it's a weird name. We should change it.
We're getting a strange fan base liking this team. I don't know if we gotta maybe change the marketing of it or...
And that, like, of all the options...
Yeah. Highlanders was right there. Or you could have done something with Terry Fox. Like, there's all these other options.
You could have done anything aside from Red Leafs.
Yeah.
I don't understand how... It's almost like they were like, we have a bunch of good options. but we're going to take this very subpar one and just roll with it.
Man, Highlanders was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it was
on a
right
hill.
there. Yeah.
It's a Scottish
Highland?
thing.
Yeah. But honestly, anything would have been better. Red Leafs is, I don't even know, aside from, I
Would
get
the-
the fact that it's emblazoned in the Canadian flag.
Would the clan with a K have been worse?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably.
It's like Krusty standing in front of the Krusty comeback something, and it's a KKK.
Yeah,
sign.
like,
I mean, it's
there's some branding that you don't necessarily want to go down that road, but I just thought that there was a million other things that you could have done, right? What's the only other prominent team? Leafs is Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? That's
No, I
it.
know.
But people love the
They
Leafs
kind
here,
of had a
obviously there's
monopoly
great
on
association.
if you take a step back, you're like, it's kind of a crappy name,
Yeah.
right? There's nothing really. I mean, Maple Leafs is fine, but whatever. But it's historical. It's been there for forever. It's yours,
Right.
right?
You can have it.
You can have it.
Right.
No one else should be jumping on the bandwagon, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be. There should not be a next iteration of Blue Leafs, right? That
Should we get
shouldn't
someone from
happen.
SFU on the show tomorrow to explain their decision?
No, I don't. I as someone that went there for far too long, I don't necessarily.
What was it, 14 years?
Yeah, I got my doctorate in good times.
There's a bust of you in the...
It took him 14 years to get that because there are no good times at SFU.
Not anymore. Now we're the Red Leaves. The Red Leaves. I'm not going to call them Leafs.
Not even Leaves. It's
I'm going to call
Leafs.
them the Red Leaves. It's like, it just
It's not even grammatically correct.
I'm fairly distraught. I got one. I get two from Chayton and Surrey. A buddy of mine, he was texting me. He's like, "I'm going to the Seas game tonight." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you still gotta." When does summer officially end? What's the drop dead date?
September 21st.
First. Okay, so
Oh, it's that late?
yeah, I was shocked by that. Someone,
I just had no
I
idea.
knew that way too fast.
Yeah, you did know that quick.
my 11-year-old son knew that, like off the top of his head. He's like, summer isn't actually over until. So he was trying to make the argument that school shouldn't start until summer's over, so they shouldn't go to school until September 21st.
This is a question that a 46-year-old probably shouldn't be asking, but are all the seasons the exact same length?
Oh, in terms of days,
Yeah.
so three.
Like
it's
or
365 divisible by
Well,
4.
no, okay.
No.
Like,
Are you at a point where
That's an odd
the kids
number.
are asking you
Like-
questions and you're just like, I don't know the answer to that?
yeah, I have no idea.
What would parents
No, no,
have
no,
done
but-
before Google? Just make stuff up?
But are they all 3 months long? Like exactly 3 months long.
365 divided
Yeah,
by 4 is
because summer starts-
91.25. So roughly every season is 90 days.
No, but you could have a situation where you've got like a long summer and winter are longer than spring and fall. These are the things that I don't know yet, and these are the things that a producer and an op should be Googling
I got it.
frantically.
I just did.
Not all seasons
Ben's
are
on
created equal. Winter is 89 days long. Autumn is 90 days. Spring is 93.
We're all about
What about
3
summer?
months. So
Summer is 94 days.
Right. So is summer the longest season?
Yeah.
Okay.
And- but it's all within 5 days of one another. So, I mean, yes, you are technically,
But is that just in North? What about in countries like along the equator?
or does it change in upside down land, Australia? I don't
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
These are the things that I
Is this
don't
something
know.
you think about often?
Yeah.
Apparently not, because he brought it up in the middle of the show, apropos of absolutely nothing.
Daniel and Cole. I like Ian Poulter because he's been so clutch at the Ryder Cup, but
I like his personality.
like
his
I mean,
face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What? It is.
He's got a punchable face.
it's just his face.
I have a power ranking of media people with punchable faces in our industry. I can't say who's on it, obviously, but I've shared it with other people, and everyone at the exact same time is like, "Yep, that is right, and that is accurate." I can decipher and identify and rank a punchable face like nobody's business.
Everyone has a unique skill. This is yours.
Some call it my superpower. Spoiler: neither of you guys are on it. You don't have punchable faces. You guys are
That's-
great.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Ruff's on it.
Yeah, I was
What
gonna
we
say, Ruff
learned-
looked nervous right now.
Sloppy nachos. Yeah, I'm nervous about a Halford punch.
No, not me punching. Let's make it clear, just so there's no HR violation. I'm just
Yeah.
putting the list together of a punchable face.
Right, and then people can do what they want with that list.
Yeah, right?
Can you
Like
imagine?
the argument for
Putting up an
guns,
article.
really, you know? Yeah.
You'd have that argument in HR. It's like, I'd like to show you this list. I mean, at least is it a mitigating factor?
Halford's got this athletic article up. And most punchable media.
See, no. The list says people to kill, not people I want to. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Okay. What were you just going to do there?
Sloppy nachos.
Yeah. If you thought today was crap, tomorrow's Ask Us Anything Friday. We throw all kinds of things at the wall that day.
Let's do some Ask Us Anythings here. Matt and Abby ask us anything. What is your go-to beer? Andy, do you want to be part of this?
Yes. Andy.
What is your go-to beer, and do you prefer a bottle, can, or draft?
I would say can generally. It depends on if the craft beer is crafted for the can or if it's crafted for the bottle.
You like to take it in the can.
You know, that's how we go over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked at a craft beer store for...
This Anything Friday on the Halford and Brough show. Chris and Duncan, we can't ask this question much more.
Okay.
Do you guys go picking blackberries? What's worse, spider webs, thorns, or an empty bucket because you ate them all? Okay, I am an expert blackberry picker. I've
not see this coming.
picked blackberries multiple times this summer over on Salt Spring Island. We've got a spot that we go to. I'm going to go off the board and say that the worst thing about picking blackberries is your hands get stained with blackberry juice.
You mean you don't have custom fit blackberry picking gloves?
No, I don't use gloves.
Oh, you're old school.
Yeah, I'm old
Purist.
school.
He likes the tactile feel of the blackberry squishing between his fingers.
As a tall person, I have a massive advantage in blackberry picking.
You get them hard
It
to
is
reach
a
blackberries.
massive advantage. Yeah.
That's funny that I've done that as well. Pender Harbor, Sunshine Coast. It's all the roads are littered with blackberry bushes, and that's what you do with kids because it's an actual thing that they can do. That they put in work and they see the results because the basket fills up. Now, I've been told that you're not supposed to eat them right off.
No, especially not down low.
Right, because and I guess worms and other bugs can get them. So you gotta soak
I
them
did
first.
it as a kid. I was more or less fine.
Yeah, look at you now.
Look
Look at you now.
I was often late for school for picking blackberries. Seriously, like walking to my elementary school, there are blackberry bushes all
God, you're
along the road.
adorable.
You are
You know,
adorable.
like,
I wonder
there
if
goes
Doc-
Andy. He's late for school. He's
I-
picking
yeah.
blackberries.
I remember
Your
teachers-
face is all blackberries.
This was like grade 12, but the teachers would yell at me like, "Why were you late?" I'm like, "There were blackberries outside because they're all along the road on the way to my elementary school. How would you not stop to pick them? You have to."
That's fair. And
what do you want me to do?
And you avoided getting sick, which is good.
More or less.
Brough is drinking beers in grade 10 and Andy's picking blackberries.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Very true.
Here's the dynamic at play here. You are
Different
adorable.
life trajectories.
You have a youthful exuberance to you that belies your age, and it's just terrific.
My dad on the golf course is a big blackberry picker. Like, he will get distracted from the golf game
Right.
if there are blackberry bushes. It's like golfing with a bear.
Yeah, he's doing it for nourishment purposes.
It's really it's like, all right, Dad, you're really locked in on this,
You're up.
aren't you?
You're up, Dad. You're up. It was 1 second.
Yes.
A sport, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
go.
So, Tiger Woods.
You broke up with Tiger Woods?
Well, I didn't break up with him, but just very emotional. Even when I was young, I loved him. I wanted to be like him, and to see what transpired, it was a letdown. It was like, this is sad. I still cheer for him.
What
but
was the most disappointing thing?
just the
The
whole
infidelity?
Yeah, when the Thanksgiving thing came out,
His bad sexting?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even that good?
Questionable sexy texts.
be better. I was
This isn't sexy at all.
Yeah, Ben thought that Tiger had more game.
Do you think you just get lazy when you're in that position? You don't even put the effort into your
Which
sex?
position?
No, like with your
Come on.
No, come on.
Too easy.
When it's that easy for you, it's just like, yeah, all right.
See, but the issue was
Look,
reading
I think you got to put a little effort into it. It's an art.
That was the worst part. Was having read them, I felt like there was effort being put in.
it just wasn't good.
It was just kind of misdirected and
Yeah,
how do I put it?
Awkward?
Not so sexy.
yeah.
But he had this like god-like
No, yeah.
tone, and then
He
it was
was-
like, whoa.
This music sounds like it's for Halford and Brough After Dark. I love ass.
You like to take it in the can.
Everyone has a unique skill. This is yours.
Some call it my superpower. How much attention have you paid to this unit?
I felt it so many times. Probably the first time I felt it was in 1989, and then Felt it again in 94. I love Cox.
Why do you have so many lotions?
Oh, wait a minute. Am I blowing this?
I
He just wanted to drop gooch on the air.
Mine fell off.
And he just kind of waited and waited and waited and was poking and prodding with his dribble and the penetration. And then finally, how it gets sticky when it's hot and how it doesn't bounce like you would expect. And sometimes guys have to compensate, like you need a heavier touch.
You know, I know they smell. Yeah, the hygiene is very questionable. It's so smelly. You've officially bottomed out.
You really spread your legs. You grew.
I don't really want to go down. I love dicks, but I really hate sucking.
A couple guys having a good time.
They're gonna kiss.
They're gonna make out. Then he's gonna get mono.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get some in my eye.
Okay.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. He's got something in his eye.
Ah!
Was that me projecting on him?
That's where he lobbed semen from 40 yards.
Halford's eyes are so glazed over at this point that he is legally blind. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now.
Tim's got a fan right here.
So smelly.